Hello friendly friends and welcome back to our Ultimate General Civil War Confederates playthrough. We are on the back of 2 skirmish victories, and as you can see, the 1st Brigade and 2nd Brigade are well armed. The 3rd Corps is, seems to be a reoccurring theme, lacking to say the least. We do have a whack of points giving us 4 morale boost. Since discovering this thing, I have been borderline obsessed with it. I do want to spend them and perhaps get some Lamats or the extra 3,000 men, but I am going to hold. We are going to the battle maps, and we are going to go in today without wasting any time with Blackwater Heights. So we've got 1 brigade coming. I'm going to take the 2nd Corps, try and get them a little bit more experience, and we are committing. General, the Federals have a different opinion about your expedition and seem determined to halt your advance at Blackwater Heights. You have no other choice than to attack the Yankees and clear the heights. Short and sweet. Very short and sweet. As always, I'll undeploy our force and then put them back down in the formation that we want, like this. This is how we are deploying. We have our skirmishers and our cavalry on the flank. They're going to move up here and see if we can start perhaps probing or seeing what's what. It does not look as if there are any crossing points here, bar the bridge, so this is going to be a little bit of a bloodbath fighting over this. I think we're going to have to get our cannons into some nice positioning and try and hit them from afar. We will move up here and try and take this terrain, but this looks like this could be a bit of pain. So our infantry is going to move up the centre, our cannons are going to come up this road and then deploy themselves. And I guess there's not much left to do other than deploy and see what's what. Okay, everyone's moving up. I honestly cannot remember much about this battle. To be honest with you, I don't even recall it, so I am not overly sure with what I should be doing right now. So I'll 4 times until the, let's say, the fun begins. So we have some skirmishers in here. We've no idea how many, or yeah, we don't really know much. We just know they're in there. Baylor did a little run up to the front line. As a commander, he ran to the front line so that he could have a look-see and see what's lying in store. We have our cavalry here, the Light Brigade and our CSA regulars, and there appears to be some potential best friends coming here. So I'm going to quickly dismount these lads. We're going to get Branch moved up, and we're going to try and make these lads feel like fools. Move them up, try and get them firing. We know there are men in the woods here. We just need to be careful that we don't overcommit. We have our quick firing skirmishers if they do want to come and say hello to us. And the rest of the boys are moving up. Cannons. I reckon I'm going to deploy them about here and just try and start counter barraging. There's the skirmishers there. We knew they were there. What do blind skirmishers have? They've got hunters, long rifles. Noted. Duly noted. Okay, here I don't want to be overly zealous here. So let's get you lads deployed here just for our eyes on the bridge. And we've got our long range boys here. Infantry move up. Keep moving up. We cannot let them to get into our cannons. So they do have some men here. I'm going to start running these lads through the woods. We need to just keep the pressure on here. We really do need to just sort of stop them from causing us too many problems. Right, here. Not too keen on having our cavalry up the front line. We've got eyes on. That's something, I guess. We're getting the chaps set up here. I would like to try and entice a few more of them over the water, but I'm not sure how easy that's going to be. Start moving these chaps out here just in case, but yeah. Need to kind of just wait on this playing out now, don't we? Trying to move a little bit closer, perhaps even get round the flank of them and see if we can rout these chaps. Very, very, very tempted to try and run them down, because they're just going to retreat across the water here. We know that. But you chaps can mount up again. We'll get them deployed round here. Get them round here. Baylor's going to move up towards the front line. You turn there, and you two can get round here. I don't want to allow them to get across the water. I really don't want to allow them to get across the water, because then it's just going to be even more difficult for us to try and cross. Let's get you there. Let's get you there. Blind skirmishers can set up there and Moody can go there. Now they have 2.2 thousand men behind a picket fence there, so that's a defensive point for them. We're going to be in for a hell of a slog here, I think. Going to move our cavalry up as close as we can, and we'll keep our infantry in reserve as well as our cavalry in the woods. We also have 2 brigades out here. We'll move them up. And I think we want to start a bit of a skirmish fight here. Don't want to sort of fully commit and really engage them. If anything, I think we just want to try and engage what's on the bridge and fight them there. We're going to move all of our cavalry up, keep everyone as close together as we can. So for crossing here, I assume there's men in here. There's probably going to be men in this vicinity, and Yeah, this just looks pain. You chaps can move around. You're reloaded. The Widowmaker's also reloaded. No, what are you doing? I think we want to move up just this side of the bridge and try and get an eyes on what we're potentially going to have to deal with here. There's some skirmishers. Let's move up and fire at them if we can. Big game hunters are already here. The Widowmakers, we're going to move slightly more round. Looks like there's cannons over here. There's also a viewpoint. So for the viewpoint, I'm going to detach branchy skirmishers and they're going to go onto it. Hopefully this is going to... Oh, what are the Lucky Brigade doing? No lads, we're not that keen yet. We're not quite there yet. Not quite. So they literally have thousands of men in place here. There's at least 2k there, and there's at least 2k there, and there's probably God knows what that we can't see in between. Where are you going? They're going up the hill to cap it. Blind skirmishers are, well, skirmishing. We're getting eyes on. The cannons, I could probably move up even closer. The closer they are, the more damage they're going to do. They are starting to take a bit of damage though, which I do not like. I don't like that at all. The ammo moved up. We've got our men in reserve in the woods and our cavalry here. So we're about to get a line of sight. Let's see what we're dealing with. Let's see. So we've only got 2 of them in situ, I think. So we can move these chaps up and probably start hitting them. The cannons are a bit of a concern. So I think the Lucky Brigade and the Southern Twisters, they're going to be first over. And then we'll probably need to more or less immediately prepare a second wave to go over. So I think we'll send the Moody twins. They're probably not twins, but that's what they are in my head. So I think we're going to have to go over. We're going to have to try and get them to fire at our skirmishers. Once the cannons are fired, we're going to have to try and rush them. And this is just going to be a case of throwing bodies at them, isn't it? I think that's all this is going to be here. We're going to keep moving our cannons up, get them as close as we can. Because there's going to be a hell of a slog of a battle here. Right, let's move forward. Continue skirmishing them if we can. The cannons are actually falling back by the looks of it, which is interesting. So you chaps, we're going to turn off run. You're going to slowly make your way across. I'm going to try, in fact, wait there. Just wait a second. Steve-O's Outlaws and Moody. No, Moody's part of the second wave, right? Calm down, Kyle, calm down. We'll get McHenry up here, and I think we'll get McHenry and Steve-O's Outlaws to start firing at them and get a bit of a skirmish on. Branch, I'm going to move round here, and I think I'll get Branch firing at Foster just to try and distract and take some of their fire. We've still got an hour and 51 minutes to make it across. We do sadly though have to defeat the first line, and then we're going to come up against the second, so there's going to be quite a lot of pain, I think. Just a lot of pain. So once these chaps are ready, and McHenry's here, we'll move up, we'll start firing at them, you know, point blank from the front, and then we'll see what's what. The Light Brigade and the CSA regulars I'll have here. If we can clear this, we could maybe get them across and try and get round the flank. Oh, time will tell. Time will tell. Okay, McHenry and Steve-O's Outlaws. Move up, get yourselves formed. And there we go, we're firing now. What we do need is them to counter us. We need them to volley back so it's safe to cross. They're firing now, so let's go. Branch, move up, fire at them. Big game hunters, move back. Widowmakers, move back. Cannons are firing at them, so that's fine. Want you there. Lads are going to cross. So the Lucky Brigade are going to go left. They are retreating. Excellent. Right, we're going to immediately send the Moodies over. We'll send them over just walking though. Lucky Brigade, we're going to form up as far back as we can. The Southern Twisters here. We already have a foothold. I'm very, very chuffed with that. Those cannons are getting leathered. The Moody boys are coming. Our cavalry I'm going to move up so that they can come across and help just shortly. Widowmakers there. Big game hunters right on the riverbank. Those cannons are gone. Absolutely gone. Right, we're going to move them up. I don't really want to engage them frontally, but we do need to try and get a bit of a pocket here that we can start trying to deploy our troops in. Let's get these lads here. McHenry there. Baylor's going to come across and offer some pats in the back and words of wisdom. We do need to be careful here about like opening ourselves up to flank shots, so I'm going to try and concentrate everyone here just now. Our cannons I'm going to continue just moving up as close as we can, and we'll keep the pressure on. So our skirmishers, I dare say we could probably pull them back. They're routing now, my god. We'll get you there, and then the two Moodies I'm going to move along the bank here. We'll try and engage them. They can keep taking their time. We're not in a rush here with the Moodies. So we're going to get in situ, we're going to start firing at them hopefully. Be nice to rout them. Let's move up. Don't overcommit, don't get overexcited. Branch we're going to bring round here, he's done his bit and we'll reattach the skirmishers. The other two long range skirmishers will get there, and I'm going to move our cavalry over. I think it is time to move the cavalry over. They are trying to counter us, which is very interesting. Very interesting. We're hopefully about to get volleys off at them as they're running. Yeah, there we go. There's a couple of hundred men down there. We're reloading now. They're definitely coming at us. The Moodies, as I said, we're trying to get them into position so that we can launch an attack at the same time. Our skirmishers are coming over. I'll get them there. They can start countering. And we have our cavalry in behind. So they are here for when they're needed. The rest of the lads are making their way across. I'm trying to move our cannons as point blank close as we can. And we've got 2 units in reserve here. So Steve-O's outlaws are ready to come across should we need it. And McHenry's also sitting in wait. Terry's getting pushed back. I'm going to try and take a little bit of position in here where we can. The cavalry, I think, will eventually be sent round here to try and deal with whatever's in these woods. So, Moody and Moody. I think we're going to try and move them as round here, like as far round the flank as we can. And I think I'm going to move McHenry up and try and have a 3-pronged assault on the front here. Lucky Brigade are doing well here, though, I have to say. We'll keep moving them up. Light Brigade and the CSA regulars coming behind. We're going to try and get the chaps here into the woods. That should help. The blind skirmishers here. And the Widowmakers there. Now there is a lot of firing going. That was always going to happen here. Always going to happen. I think it's time to try and run the cavalry around here. See what we can do. Baylor, get in. We need to try and get as much of a morale buff as we can. Where are they going? Why are they in the water? What are they doing to me? CSA regulars, you're trying to flank. Turn fire at will off. Round we go. Fire at will off. Round we go. They are going to take some casualties, we know that, but this breakthrough could be probably one of the most pivotal points of this battle. You two can go up and fire at them. We're just wanting to keep pressure on pretty much everywhere if we can. Oh no. Oh no. Right, you lads get in the woods. In the woods. Getting in the woods here's the key. Dismount. Turn off fire at will, start firing at them. You guys get round the back a bit more. That's good, we've just kited them away from the main battle. So that's kind of massive. Branch, we're going to move in as a second line. They two can stay engaged here. They're getting fired at from the flank, sadly. Moody's going in there. Moody, I'm going to move round the flank. McHenry, I'm going to move up and fire at them. I'm almost wondering if this is one of these battles that we shouldn't have bothered sort of contesting and just happily let it not happen. As the casualties here to win this going to be higher than the reward. It's starting to feel that way. Anyway, we have our troops dismounted on the flank, so we're putting even more pressure on them. Branch is here ready to move in, should it be needed. And you lads are getting not quite point blank by canister, but they're trying. They're certainly trying. Moody's round the flank here, that's massive. We're going to move him in and probably do a massive charge. Blind skirmishers we're going to pull back. You two can move up here, and blind skirmishers can come in behind just to cycle if needed. So Moody, get as close as you can. You chaps keep firing there. We'll charge them, dislodge them. 52 minutes to go, I think we're looking good. We'll start moving cannons across. Might be a bit late, but we'll see. Okay, they're routing. So, massive move there. Moody's going to move up here. We're going to run him. This Moody's also going to run. We'll get the pressure on. My big worry is that we rout them, forget they're there, aka I forget, and then they come back. So Moody's going to keep going. The other Moody's going to... there's men in the woods here. Should have known. Fire at them. There's multiple men in the woods here. Should have known. Right, the lads here are doing pretty well, if I do say so. They're taking a bit of damage, but that's okay. Major General John Withers is wounded. Who was he commanding? The Light Brigade. Well, they are kiting quite a bit of damage here, so that's not a massive surprise, really. Cannons are coming here. When they arrive, that should be a massive help. We're doing some damage here. The big game hunters, the Widowmakers are there. I'm going to move blind skirmishers round as fast as we can, ideally. Leave these lads here. The cannons look like they're about to get themselves out of there. I'm going to try and move up and keep the pressure on them. So we've got 1,000 men in the woods to the left here with fast reloading rifles, so we should be making some pretty light work, honestly. Light Brigade move up. I'm going to get them to hold. I'm going to get them to hold here. The CSA regulars, I'm going to move up and try and fire at them because the cannons are running away for now. Lucky Brigade, I think we're going to pull them back and move Branch up. Just cycle who's in the front here. Up here it's looking interesting to say the least. Blind skirmishers come round. We're starting to gather quite a bit of wounds here, which obviously isn't ideal. But the Lucky Brigade are being cycled here. We're going to attack them, attack them. I'm very tempted to charge them. I'm very tempted to charge them. One of the middies has been injured. We don't know which one, because... Okay, it's this one. The more experienced of the two. Middies there. I'm going to move Baylor around. I'm going to get him round here to help out. Big game hunters keep going. Widowmakers move up. I think dismounted skirmishers should probably cause them to rout. Yeah, there we go. Keep going, lads. Branch, move up. Lucky Brigade, move in behind. Southern Twisters, move up. Widowmakers, you've kind of exposed yourself here. You're a little bit too far forward, I think. Moody's in there. Blind Skirmishers, move up. Baylor's going to move up. Right. 26 minutes to go. It's looking a little bit cagey, I have to say. I assume we could play on a little bit if need be, but... yeah, cagey is, I think, the best way to describe it. Moody's coming up. Blind Skirmishers will fire at their skirmishers. Moody's firing at them. Baylor is up in support. McHenry's firing at them. I did not mean to charge there, but I guess we'll just send it. That was a mistake. Steve-O's Outlaws come round here. I mean, it might not be a mistake. You know what? Moody, let's go. Full send, as the kids say nowadays. Full send. We'll move Baylor up to try and offer some support. I'm sure this is going to be an absolute bloodbath here. Looks like it is. But Baylor's here in support. Moody's coming round. Cannons are here. Steve-O's Outlaws are moving up to plug the gap. I'm going to try and bring Lucky Brigade through and into the line here, just so we've got everyone bearing down on the enemy at the same time. Light Brigade are taking quite a bit of damage here. I'm going to fall them back. Some nice volleys going out there, though. This charge seems to have worked. It really does seem to have worked there. Get you up. Baylor, move in. Blind Skirmishers keep going. Oh, this is a bit of a sour one, just before obviously the massive pitched battle that's coming. Steve-O's Outlaws move up. Let's keep firing at them, see what we can do. Baylor, keep up with the boys here. Moody, move up. I wish this Moody would stop chasing and just reform. This Moody, move up. We are starting to dislodge them here as well. Move up. Cannons, move up. Keep them as close as we can. We're actually doing some really nice work here. Baylor, I need you to move and stay behind. I'm going to have to tell you to hold, I think. Where are you going, Moody? What's... You lads need to get back up here. Blind Skirmishers doing some work. Baylor, I'm going to move Baylor right in here, and then I'm going to call him and tell him to hold. He needs to hold this position. Steve-O's Outlaws, we're going to move them up. Moody's going to keep going. You're going there. You're firing at them. Baylor, keep moving. And... once you're right in behind, we're going to hold right there. McHenry, we're going to need you to run up to the front. You're going to fire at them. Hopefully we'll dislodge them. Our skirmishers, we're going to move into the centre here just to try and keep them at bay, basically. Light Brigade can move up. We'll try and skirmish them. We're getting very close to the point on this right flank. Very close. You can finish the mission or continue the fight. Considering we're probably 50 yards, using the oldie description. Considering we're only about 50 yards from the point, I think I'm going to continue here and see if we can try and get some bodies on the point. Baylor being in situ here is seeming pretty massive. I think I'm going to double charge here. I'm going to get McHenry up, fire a point blank volley, and then we're going to charge in. That's the dream. That is the dream here. So fire through the flank. There we go. Steve-O's Outlaws move up. Moody move up. McHenry move up. Blind Skirmishers move up. Moody move up behind. Take your time. Baylor's going to move up with them. We're going to move the cannons up. Second cannon's going to move up, and Branch is going to move up into the gap here. Now we do have a straight view to the point, which I like, so we're going to move up and try and get bodies on. We'll keep moving. Baylor's coming up with them. The cannons are going to sit there. You're moving up. Blind Skirmishers is acting basically as our spotter here. They're essentially spotting for us. They're also keeping their skirmishers at bay, causing them to think twice about their positioning. We've secured the point. Now all we need to do is hold it. I assume there's going to be a counter-attack. We will hold Baylor there. We'll bring the ammo up. Cannons getting right behind, just anchor ourselves there. And here we're going to hold. Hold position, Steve-O's Outlaws. Hold. Big Game Hunters coming up behind. Hold there. Southern Twisters move up. Branch come round. Now these lads here, taking quite a bit of damage, but they've distracted a lot of the enemy and not allowed them to form up, which on its own is invaluable. Moody has moved a little bit too far. We've went a bridge too far here. Blind Skirmishers need to run, and Moody's going to charge them. We're going to take the win here, but I don't think it's going to be at a cost that I was happy with. 24 minutes, I think, to finish, and we need to win. This is another question I have. Do I have to wait in this timer to finish, or can I end it now and take it as a win? I am not going to use right now as a time to test what the answer to that question is, but I am curious. Moody has charged forward here and sort of taken one for the team. That's for sure. 20 minutes to go. We're just basically standing absorbing damage now, which is not what we want to be doing, honestly. This is always going to be a rough battle. We're literally trying to take a bridge, which is like the most natural choke point you can. We're basically just moving bodies up at this point to try and fill the gaps in case they do a late push. 6 minutes to go and then we've got the W. Yeah, this is going to be a win, but I've got a feeling the casualties here might be higher than we've previously had in terms of an ours versus theirs ratio. We'll find out. 2 minutes to go. This is finishing as soon as we can. I've got thousands of men there. Right, there we go. Okay, we have victory. We've taken it. They actually outnumbered us. I didn't expect that. Casualties, we somehow have just won. It was almost even. Goals, we've done what we needed to do. Here, we are dominating kills, but not as much as we normally would be. But I guess that comes with an offensive battle. Loads of wins, loads of promotions, so good with the bad. In terms of goods, that's kind of rough losing that many sharps, but yeah. Nothing too exciting, nothing to write home about. 98,000 and 4,900 men. That is basically how many men we lost, so we're basically just breaking even after that battle, which is frustrating. It is frustrating. Okay, so in terms of career point here, we could max out politics at this point, but part of me wants to go with the medicine. You know, I'm aware that upgrading the medicine gives you more casualties back after battles. Get healed after a battle. So this will give us 10% of our casualties back. I'm going to commit to that just now. We now have 61 reputation, so that is a 5 morale boost. That's not bad in my eyes. Here we've got plenty of high... Oh no, we don't. We only have one high-ranking gentleman that we can replace here. So I'm going to go down and put in some more majors here. Ian Sullivan's getting command. Steve-O's Outlaws are going to get command by Manuel Watson. And Branch is the last one with a wound. He's going to get Charles Taylor. As in Magic, I'm going to replenish these guys as best we can, and then we'll be starting the slog that is Chancellorsville. Okay, so we are taking 2 corps into the battle. I think we can take 20 or 25 divisions each, so we won't be meeting that. But you can see we have 14 men left. I know this is terrible, but see, just having some men left that we could... I mean, you know what, let's just put them in. Cost us 3 grand, who cares? 9.5 grand left after this. We're as fully replenished as can be. This is how the first corps stands. This is how the second corps stands. I could drag the third corps here into these, but I think we should be able to do it without. So let us make a start on Chancellorsville. Yeah, so I think our first corps is going to defend. Makes sense, they're the most experienced. And our flanking force will be our second corps. Let us begin the slog of Chancellorsville. Union forces have crossed the western fjords of the Rappahannock River and are now marching inside Confederate territory. We detected enemy infantry marching down the US Ford Road. More Union infantry is heading our way from Eli's Ford Road. And Orange Turnpike, it seems they are massing an attack. Our left and their forces in Fredericksburg are only demonstrating an attack. It's a trap! They are establishing a camp at Chancellor's Farm, and tomorrow they will be a serious threat. We must attack them before they consolidate their position. Oh dear. Stop entrenching. Tomorrow we will attack and surprise Hooker. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but from reading that, it sounds like they are in our territory. So surely we'd be better mounting a defence. Why are we attacking them? It doesn't seem like the soundest decision on our part. Union 5, 7 and 2nd Corps are at Chancellorsville and are preparing to advance. 2 divisions of Meade's 5th Corps have begun marching via River Road, but they are not a threat. They will soon realise that they are encircled and will run back like chickens. Okay then. We are now marching to secure Orange Turnpike, which leads to the town of Fredericksburg. We must also secure the other road which leads to Fredericksburg, Orange Plank Road. Almost all our forces in Fredericksburg are dispatched to defend those roads and will soon join us. Let's hope the risk we take pays off. Do we really need to take the risk though, my friend? It's also not give us everything at once, put it that way. So we need to move up. We need to defend these points, but we also need to counter-attack. So we have 2 infantry here. We're going to, I guess, just run them as quick as we can. I'm going to move our commander up just to get an eyes on. He can go straight up there. You can just sort of take your time and come up. The 1st Rebel Yell, our elite artillery corps, are going to follow the road as much as we can. Dolski's Mad Lads are going to move up and hopefully get in position there. And then Smokey's Bandits and the Scotch Guards will move to here. The Grey Caps, I'm going to move along the road. And the 2nd Rebel Yell, another elite artillery corps, are going to move along the road. What a weird start to a battle it's given us here. We're set up defensively and it's telling us to attack. Strange. Very strange. Looks like they're going to have quite a bit in here and we don't exactly have all of our men at our disposal, do we? So we'll let it play out. We'll try and let everyone get to where they need to be. And if anything happens, I will unpause it and we will resume. 4 times speed. So we're now at our points. Oh no. We're now at our points. They are actually countering us. So we're going to move the boys up and try and engage them here. I'm going to try and let them come out the woods before we engage them. They're asking a lot of us here to hold both of these points and also advance. I feel like they're asking a hell of a lot. I'm going to get the lads in there and we'll send our... Okay, they've got men in situ here. Maybe I could flank... They've got men everywhere. Yeah, they can't ask me to take that. There's no way. There's absolutely no way they can ask me to take that. These lads are going to run. We're going to set them up there. We're going to keep you back there. 47th Virginia. Have they got men in the woods everywhere? They dismount you just now and move you through the woods. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. We need reinforcements if they're wanting us to do all that. We're going to move Smokey's Bandits to there. They're going to run. And then you chaps are going to come in here. And we'll put Dolski's boys there. Dolski's Mad Lads. Now you can get in there. You can move there. And we'll try and pincer them if anything. We're going to move our cavalry into there. And you can come here. So, the 1st Rebel Yell we're going to move up. Hinds can move up. Scotch Guard are coming up. The cannons, we're going to get them into position. I reckon I'll put them on the viewpoint. I feel like that makes sense. Grey Caps can come here. Scotch Guard are going to move in there and Dolski's Mad Lads can shift across. There we go. Right, they are coming as we hoped they would. I'm going to try to fight them. I'm going to try my best. Oh no, we need to get in the point and hold the point by the looks of it. We're going to try and flank them here. They've got their commander close by, so that should help. There we go. First volley's out. We're going to try and move round and hit them from the flank as well. We're going to hold fire here, and we're going to do that. Fire straight through them. theRandolfski's going to hold. The 1st Rebel Yell we're going to set up here in this little tree line and see if they can get involved as well. Blackpool Brigade are getting into position. We're going to move them right there. We're going to turn fire at will off, and they're going to shred this line. Oh no. Ross has now appeared on our flank. So we need to hit and run here, exactly like that. I'm actually going to run the boys into the point here. We're going to run them and keep the pressure on. You lads are going to set up and fire at them. This should be okay. Scotch Guard are going to get in. Yeah, I really don't know how I feel about counter-attacking their charge. It seems like a very poor decision. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Blackpool Brigade are skirmishing here. I'm going to move Dolski's Mad Lads up. I know they're in a defensive point, but they can skirmish from afar here and not risk themselves or take any unnecessary damage. We'll keep the ammo nearby, and these lads are doing a good job as is. We've got a force there. The Grey Caps are here if we need them to plug the gap. I don't think they can ask us to attack. It's going to be a disaster if we really do try and counter here. It's not going to go well. I'm going to move Dolski's Mad Lads here. I'm going to try and get them out here and fire through the flank. I do recall you folks saying that it's a good move basically to use your skirmishers to hit them in the rear of the flanks. The 47th Virginia are countering here quite well, but taking casualties. Taking casualties. I'm going to move theRandolfski as close as we can, and I'm going to get the 1st Rebel Yell pretty much directly in behind the line here. Ammo as well. Right, that's better, lads. Turn around and let's get everyone firing at them. There we go, that's what we were after. Send their battalions to... Okay, finally the reinforcements are here. They are getting brought up here as quick as we can. There is no way we can counter-attack. We're going to follow the road here. It allows faster movement. We've only got one load of reinforcements by the looks of it. Another unit of cavalry there. I'll move them out to this flank to join... Oh no, the 47th have been repelled. Lee's Dixie boys, we're going to detach some skirmishers. You lads are staying on the point. Lee's Dixie boys come this way. The skirmishers, that is, we're going to get them round there. 47th Virginia, I'm going to try and get you back in the point. Here we're going to move Blind's lads up. Sorry, Dolski's Mad Lads, and we're going to try and rout them hopefully once and for all. I'm wondering if this is going to end up being one of those battles where the victory conditions are constantly moving points that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm very tempted to move our cannons to here. We could maybe put them there. They're going to be in the front line, which obviously isn't ideal, but there's more reinforcements? There is more reinforcements. Is there? I think there is. I honestly can't tell. Right, you lads need to hold here, right, big time. We really do need you holding. The cannons are here to help now. I'm very tempted to try and take those supplies. Where are these cavalry? They're here. I'm going to move Price here, and I think we're going to go try and see if we can grab these supplies. Move the grey caps up and have a look. Let's stay active here, stay on our toes. Keep them busy, keep them occupied. These lads, I don't think they've got the numbers to hold this. They're giving us line of sight. I'm going to try and move an infantry brigade in there. So, who's first? Welsh Legion could actually be really good there because they'll be spotting. So I might move them in the point. The grey caps are coming up. We're going to try and see what the story is with these supplies. I'm going to move you lads here. Just try and get an eyes on. Blackpool Brigade are holding well. It would be nice to get some infantry in there. But I think we'll take casualties trying to move anyone up just now, which I'm not overly keen to do. So we'll use grey caps to hopefully grab these supplies and also scout the approach to the Union camp. So we've got 2 brigades in here. The grey caps are making some pretty nice progress actually. I'm going to move Dolski's Mad Lads up. Here I'm going to start moving the Scotch Guards across. We can keep our line fresh there. Interesting, 2 cannons. I'm going to dismount the boys here. There's 3 cannons there with 1 unit of 1 brigade of infantry. That we can see, I should add. We're currently not spotted. I'm going to move along as far as we can and just keep an eyes on. Dolski's Mad Lads can move up. Blackpool Brigade I'm going to swing round here, and Price I'm going to move up here as well. They've got 4 cannons there. My god. Okay. I'm going to leave the grey caps in there. Set up ready to skirmish if need be. We're moving the chaps up here. Like so. Now that they're moving up, I'm going to move Lee's Dixie boys up as well. And where's Wolf's? Wolf's Legion are going to move in there as quick as we can. And I'll move Dolski's Mad Lads up. We're basically just moving our line just now. That's the plan. You guys can dismount, and we will set you up here as well. The Scotch Guards I'm going to move into here, and then we'll see if we can get round. We've got our flank covered here by Smokey's Bandits. I'm going to take some skirmishers off, and the skirmishers are going to be moved to there, just so we've got eyes on. We have reinforcements that arrive, and I'm going to move them more towards the middle. That should be okay. Here, they're coming round, I think. That's actually good for us. I think that's actually good. We should be able to knock them back pretty easily. The only problem is we are going to take casualties here because they've now spotted us. So Scotch Guard are going to try and go around there, see what we can see, see what the sort of story is. Grey Caps are going to continue firing and running at them from the woods, I hope. There we go. Very nice. Price is doing fine there. Dolski's Mad Lads are going to move up and hopefully offer some support. We have some nice positions set up here and we're countering them. Welsh Legion moving up looking good. We're going to move the 47th Virginia in there and we're going to move the cannons up as close to the front line as we can. Let's keep the pressure on them. Fire at them, lads. You lads are taking heavy casualties. Let's fall back into the woods here. Let's do this and get both of these lads firing at them. Let's outnumber them if we can. And that's what we didn't want to happen. Your second corps is now here. Okay. So they're going to move round to here, I guess. They're my flanking force. So from what I can tell, it's trying to hint, nudge, nudge me to bring them here. So I think that's where we'll send them. Anyway, back to the front line where the actual drama is. We're going to move both of them up and try and double team them. That's the plan here. These lads are getting their day ruined, to say the least. And the 47th Virginia, I am going to move across the water, try and get a bit of an anchoring point that we can move from and sort of attack from. They're going to move there. We're pushing them back. We're looking okay. More reinforcements constantly arriving by the looks of it. So that's something. These chaps here have got line of sight. We're fine there. And the Scotch Guards are starting to move up. I'm going to detach some skirmishers here, and that's why I did that. We can move them to there and hold. Scotch Guard can just hold here. And we'll move these lads up to here just to get an eyes on. So, I think we're kind of preparing to attack them and fight the battle, not just now, but shortly. So we're more moving some of our brigades into position. We're going to move Lee's Dixie boys up and Welsh Legion, and we're just going to try and keep our front line on its toes and mobile. We're going to move these lads up, see if we can engage Ross. The two of them are going to move in here and just stay hidden. They're hidden, they've got a nice position, and they're giving us line of sight. The cannons, I think I need to move them up and get them involved, but I am a little bit hesitant to commit them overly. More reinforcements arriving. These chaps are all coming in here. Let's get them moved up to here. Like so. And we'll get ourselves anchored in here, I think. That's the dream. Okay, so far I think we've been playing it pretty safe. We're not really wanting to overly commit. We're skirmishing them from afar. There's nothing they can currently do about that. Wolf's Legion's about to get in the action, so they're getting hit from two sides. We are sort of just pushing them back to their defensive point. There is 5 cannons in a line here. I feel like that's quite wild. We've got some of our elite corps coming in here. We're going to set them up just in the sort of gully here behind the house, so they're still hidden. We're skirmishing them. I think we're looking good. We've got 3 artillery batteries coming. I reckon I'm going to set them up in the woods here to start trying to counter their artillery. And then here I think the first rebel yell can well and truly move up. TheRandolfski can move up and Heinz can sort of keep with them. I think the plan will be we mount these guys up and try and start flanking around, getting an eyes on what's what and what the sort of situation is. I think that's the plan here. That is time up. Here we go. We are winning. Are we though? Push them back. But General, beware pursuing too close to their camp, because their reinforcements will arrive soon. Or will soon arrive, as it's written. I'm going to pause it here, and I feel like this is as good a place to pause for now as any. This has been interesting so far. There's not been much fighting, but where there has been fighting, I feel like it's been pretty intense. Our reinforcements are en route, and we'll be able to sort of form up our front line and start fighting how we want. I feel like we probably do have the upper hand. We have the positioning we want, and all we need to do now is allow our men to get into position, and I think we're looking good moving forward. But friends, any advice, always welcomed. There are brigades to be named post this battle, which I don't know if this will be a 1 more part or it's going to be 2 more parts, but I'm always up for renaming brigades, divisions, you name it. Thank you for your continued viewership, and until the next one, toodle pip for now.